Welcome back to the University of Queensland School of Architecture introductory series of Rhinos and Grasshopper. Now, we're going to work more exclusively in the Rhino space now, so in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill off Grasshopper and maximize my window here to give myself a bit of space. I'll double click that so I can see what I'm doing in the other viewports. So what I want to do is to generate some sections that we can use for our presentations and diagrams and so on. We have a couple of ways that we can generate sections in Rhino, and I guess the simple version of it is the section command. I'm going to set up though some guidelines first, and I'm going to, in this layer that I've got left over, I'm going to put guides, and I'm going to make that my active layer by double clicking on it. I've got my guides highlighted, my guides layer, sorry, highlighted. I'm going to just draw a guideline more or less through the middle. Press enter when done, and I'm going to duplicate that using the gumball. I'm going to pull up on that, make sure I hit the Alt key to make a copy of that. So there's a second copy, and then I'm going to gumball Alt, third copy, and these are going to be some guidelines for my section. And I'm going to do a third guideline, and I'll start at the end here. Please bear in mind, Rhino is not one of my stronger applications. Enter. Okay, so I've got a series of guidelines, and I'm going to pull this through with the gumball. I'll just do one through there, and these guidelines are going to start defining my section planes. Okay, the section command is reasonably simple, but it gives at the same time a reasonably simple output. So it's, funnily enough, section, and it says assign layers by current layer, so make sure that you've got it in your spare layer, which I've called guides at this stage. And I'm going to, it's asking me to select the objects, so I'll select my building through here, press enter when done. Okay, start of section, make sure you've got this extend section to yes. Group objects by section plane, no. Assign layers by current layer, all good. Now I'm working in the right hand window because what extensively I'm doing is I'll do the start of the section and then the end of the section, and what that is, it's kind of like defining the slice going through the building. It's slicing there, so it's giving me a plan. Now if I turn all of the other layers off, and I'll turn that off, you can see now we've got a section through our building, more or less at kind of midway. Now I'm going to drag that off to the side, just using the gumball. Okay, and I'll turn everything back on again, and I'm going to repeat this through here. Now I'm going to move this section line just down a bit so I can see it sticking out the bottom. Now I'm going to hit enter, that'll pull up my previous command, and again select objects for the section, so I will select that, and I'll make sure to deselect, holding the control key down, my other guidelines. Select, press enter when done, enter. The start of the section I'm going to do down here, the end of my section going to do up there. Press enter when done, And because I have defined the cutting plane here, we're going to get a section going longitudinally through the building. So again, I'm going to turn all of this off, deselect that, and there we have a section through our building. I'll pull that off into the ether. Okay, last go. If we wanted a cross section, then same thing again, enter. Select objects for the section. Going to select all of that. I'm going to control and turn that off. Now I'm going to press enter when done. The start of the section, I'm going to go into my right plane now. I'm going to pull that up and go up to there. Press enter. And we turn this off. And there we have our cross section. So I've probably generated a bit of a section through here as well because I didn't move this quite out the way and I'm extending it beyond the section line. But anyway, I guess this, for a really quick and super simple section, this is, you know, quite okay. The issue is, of course, that you're getting a very vanilla flavored section. It is just cutting through what it sees. So you can't see any of the columns behind or any of the information behind there. So it's a reasonable but kind of limited value. And what we're going to do is we'll come back, we'll stop the video here and do a section through using a clipping plane and then a construction plane to give us a bit more detail in it. So we'll see you for that video.